Hey you guys, it's Nancy here. So today is horrible rainy weather, typical Krakow, and I'm sitting home. So I figured out that I could show you my recent project which I'm doing. As I told in my previous video, I'm going to recreate one Massimo Dutti knitted shirt with short sleeve. I had the yarn for it long ago, well, not long ago, but I had yarn for it, and I started to making the swatch, and I just realized that in that shirt we have two pockets, so I just updated my swatch to the pocket, and I have two of them. This one is blocked, this one is not. You can see the difference in the sizing, and unblocked is a little bit much squishy and textured, I guess, than blocked one, but the color is great and I love this texture, so we're gonna work with it. I don't work with any pattern. I just thought that maybe I could figure it out by myself. After that, I basically knitted the honey cardigan, which I won't show in this video, but I guess the process will be pretty similar. So I will be knitting a back panel, two front ones, and attach the sleeve, but I started with the back panel, obviously because it's the biggest chunk of work, and I do not make my research on how to make the that button band which is already connected to the body, so I just don't know how to do, and I need to learn how to do it. So now I'm just doing what I know, and oh, this is the part of the back. Look at this happy lime color. Yum yum. I don't know how do you call this texture or this stitches. So it's basically one knit, one purl, and one knit. It's not the fastest process, I guess, because you need to pay attention, you know, so you won't start to knit all the stitches at some point, but I'm doing pretty well right now. So in this video we will be talking about how I'm recreating that Massimo Dutti knitted shirt top, and it won't be like in podcast style, just in, you know, the basic process. You will follow me. I made the swatch, and based on that swatch I just made some calculations, and now I'm making the pretty oversized fit. It will be like 20 centimeters positive ease. And with that saying, I hope you enjoy the process. Let me show what I've planned here. I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. I will start from bottom of the back part. We'll make the neckline, and then I won't break the yarn and close shoulders on the back part. I will just keep knitting from this part of shoulder, forming the neckline, and make those front panels separately. Then I probably will be blocking sew the sides together. Then I will be picking up stitches from the armholes, make the sleeves, next the bottom band, neckline, and I have already done these two small pockets. Hi there, seems like we have some update on my top, so I needed the back part. Also there's formed on one side back neckline, and I started forming, well, I finished forming front neckline. So yeah, that's how it looks like. Can we all appreciate this awesome texture on my swatches that I make? I noticed that the yarn will like stretch a bit, so hopefully it will be stretched after blocking, because now the white of it not particularly in my size. Well, I guess I can fit in it, but it won't be as oversized as I planned, and it's stretching like in some kind of way, but you know, I don't want it to be hugging my belly, which is you know, in every pattern it's like based on your bust measurements, and in my case my bust area is smaller than my belly because I'm a pear-shaped type of girl. So I will keep you updating, and I hope you will see some progress in a few seconds. Oh, I don't remember if I mentioned, but I'm using the Mandarin Petite yarn from Sandnes Garden in the color Sunny Lime, I guess, and I'm using 2 strands of yarn for the project because I want this texture to be like visible, and I thought that I would need like 14 skeins or something, but and I have only 7 of them. Obviously I will be buying more, but for the back that I made, I'm just so happy with this color. I used only 4 skeins and 4 and a little bit more like 4, and I just began this like 5 and 6 stuff, so this is the like 3rd skein that is combined with 2 strands, if you know what I mean. It's not bad. As my calculation is right, I need 5 more of them. I don't know how much will sleeves take, because when I'm knitting the regular drop shoulder sweater, obviously it's like full length sleeve, and I don't like long sleeves. I like it to be, I don't know, until this part maximum. I'm using, I think, 1 skein of yarn for the whole sleeve if it's drop shoulder. In case of this project, I won't be making decreases and the sleeve will be shorter. As it's a drop shoulder construction, the sleeve won't be so long either way, and it won't be decreased, so it will be like square I guess. And hopefully two strings made one skein will be okay. So I will need 4 for the sleeves, and hopefully it only took like 2 skeins for front parts. So we'll see. If it will be that way, that mean that I have one more of this one, and I will be ordering 5 more. I almost finish the left front panel. Let me show you. Woo. So this is my first project that I done, such a big project, not some kind of accessory, so I'm not super highly experienced, but you know, it will work either way. Also, now I will be making the ribbon, and I want to address one thing that I like saw on TikTok, in the reels. So when you are switching from your regular pattern, like most of the times it's just knitting stitch, into the ribbon, there's can be like holes because of your needle size, which in every pattern that you know, there is info that you need to switch into a smaller needle size when you do the ribbon. But if we are switching it just in the ribbon part, there's will be some holes between knit stitches. So the bigger knit stitches will leave a hole when you will be like transferring to the smallest stitches. That's why we will be transferring all of this into the smallest needle. I will be, now I'm using 5 millimeters, so I will be switching to the 4 millimeters, and then I will not jump into the ribbon straight. I will be work 2 or 1 row of the same pattern on 4 millimeter needle, so it will be cinch a little bit, and then I will be doing the ribbon, and this will be look like that. So I'm not sure that you will see, but this last row before the ribbon is made on the smaller needles, or maybe 2 actually rows, and that's why this transition into ribbon are really smooth. So that's my plan. And you see, it's not very visible when you are just doing several rows, that the needle was smaller, but in the end result, believe me, it's working. I have a progress for you. So I finished basically I finished all the left front side. I did the ribbon with smaller needle, and I saw like half of the video how to do the double button band ribbon, not the ribbon, double button band, and I did it, and I made a mistake. So first, when I started, I knitted this last stitch like twice, so there is this kind of twist. I don't know, it's like you can tell that it's doubled, and that's it, like more braid than the knit stitch. And then I thought that maybe I will knit it one time. So here it looks even, and here it's not, and I won't be redoing this. I just thought that it's not worth it. It's my first attempt, and it will be like hidden part. Well, it will be the part where the buttons will be placed, so it doesn't like make a big deal or make it ugly or something. I will be okay with it, and I guess that's not a big deal, but yeah, I won't be redoing this. The job was done. And actually, I'm really satisfied with it. Now I'm realizing that using a double strand yarn was maybe a mistake, because it's stiffer than I would like. It's more like proper cardigan than just a knitted top for the summer. I'm sure that it will be too hot for the summer, especially this double knitted part. But it looks really, really. I'm so proud of myself. Ooh. It looks so beautiful and even, and I'm really glad that I did like this double knitting part, not just ribbon. Also you can see this, how it's beautifully meeting these three textures, like this one, I may say this checkered, the ribbon one, and flat knitted. Oh, I don't know, it's just incredibly satisfying for me to watch and to touch it. So I'm pretty proud of myself, thank you. And obviously I started another front piece. If I will continue to do another part of body, the front part, and didn't switch to this button band, I will be just devastating, because it's boring. Okay, thank you for your attention, but the work is still going, so you will see me in the several seconds, but for me it probably will be several days. I've been knitting this cardigan so long, so I already changed my hair color. And I have finished the second front part. So now it's become more like finished piece. You can see here. Oh, that's a button panel already done, and this one in progress with little buttonholes. I watched a petit knit video to learn how to do that. I'm happy how it's going. It's neat in all senses. You know, I have a feeling that it won't be entirely dupe for that Massimo Dutti top that it's supposed to, because of the fabric. Originally, I believe they used some kind of linen thread, and it was like with the uneven texture, with bumps and all, and obviously I'm using the cotton yarn, so it's plain, and well, it's not bad, but it's totally not the same. I don't know if I disappointed in myself with yarn choosing, but I think that if you want more look-alike texture, you should choose not the mandolin petite, for example, not the cotton yarn, but some linen yarn, and maybe the Sundays Garden Line would be better for this project. But it is what it is, so I'm proud of myself that I'm get done this part, because I literally thought that I won't do this. I just didn't want to do this, and I was in my hairdressers, so I have plenty of time, and I just needed there, so shout out to her. That was a great opportunity to finish the least bodice part. After the button band, I will need to do the sleeves, and I'm wondering how the sleeve island will go. Okay, that's another day. My battery is dying, so it will be quick update. I finished the bodice parts, and I sewn them together. So here it is, and yeah, I finished the button band, and the threads it's the enormous amount of threads that need to be all done, and yeah, I don't know what to say more. I doubt that you will see it correctly. So do I. Well, it is how it is. Not bad, but you know, it's a little bit short for my liking. I don't know why I did it so short, and I leave enormous amount of space for this neckline, which I'm kind of regretting now. Yeah, probably I should block it. So see you after it. It's look like the same situation as with a honey cardigan. It probably will be too short. Damn. You know, since last time I already cast it on sleeve, and I'm really trying to finish it. It's hard because it's big. Probably it's too big, but there's no way back. Now I'm on the stage where I'm doing the creases, and I realized that I need the creases probably too late, because I have this bump. There's my decreases started, and here's the bump. You can see like it's like shook, and it's reminded me these wings that we are having under arms. I don't know if yarn will be enough to finish the sleeve, and how would it look, because ideally I want it to be longer, I guess, but you know, let's try it out. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's side note. I have blocked it, and it didn't grow. It grows as I want to. Well, it's not the shortest. It's not as short as my honey cardigan, I guess, no. But the neckline is what I'm concerned of, because it's quite something like that. The neckline is quite big, as it should be. And I don't know how will I knit it, the band. Will it be one by one stitch, or should I do like double knitting, or should I do one by one stitch and like fold it? You see how much space it has? It should be like this big. I don't know. How would it look like? I'm just, you know, I'm just afraid it will look like some kind of old accountant lady. For the updates, I'm working on the sleeve, and the worst part is that I need to knit another sleeve, obviously. I'm knitting this one for about several weeks, because I wasn't motivated at all. So I don't know, well, obviously another time when you will be seeing me, there will be some progress, but you know, when I started to film this video, I was sure that it will be on my channel like sooner than it will be actually. Yeah. If you get bored, I understand you 100% because I'm bored too.
It's a total disaster. Let me explain what happened. I finished the sleeve. Now you see I'm starting to frog in it. And the reason is the neckline. Probably you have noticed that I made a huge neckline, like it was big. I was hoping that like with other sweaters from Petite Knit, for example, when I start to do the color, the situation will change and it will be like, well, not shrinked up, but the color will pull it all together and it will be fine. And I started a color and I filmed a little bit of it, so I started to do it in the rib. The color was giant, like this big, and it looked just ridiculous. So then I thought that a problem won't be solved by the color, and probably I need to make neckline smaller. There was several ways to make it, like the stupidest one, middle one, and the smartest one. And obviously the stupidest one is the quickest, and I chose that. So that's what we have. You can see the seam here because I unraveled that color, and I thought that maybe with the stitches that I have, I will just like continue to do the pattern and make the bodies, well, make the yoke technically bigger and then put the color. From the distance, it doesn't look bad, but I guess all of you can see this seam, and in closer look, it's horrible. And obviously, as you can see, I closed the stitches already, and this is the only part where I'm happy. The closed stitches look very good, but not the yoke. So it took me several days to make it, and I'm obviously not happy. This is the inner set. Oh, I'm not happy, and I just know that I won't wear it because it looks so wonky. It's just like a Frankenstein monster, and yeah, I'm not happy. The middle way that I can save it was if I was picking stitches here and work like tin 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 here here here, increasing the stitches to make similar shape, similar amount of stitches in the end, but still it will be the seam. And the reason why I'm struggling so much with this because if you remember, I did the back part bottom up, but the front part was like growing from the back, so I can't unravel all the front pieces because it will drive me crazy. to like fix the neckline. And the smartest way, I realized yesterday laying in the bed, all greatest thoughts are coming to me when I'm before my sleep, when I'm laying in the bed. So I realized that technically I can first of all unravel the sleeve. So I break yarn here, I will start to work from the back. I will increase this part of your yoke in the back, and I will go straight to the front, but with more stitches here and obviously there. So ideally I will just like redo the neckline until this part with the correct amount of stitches. Unfortunately, I made the sleeve before. Well, there's no way I can do all that I planned without frogging my sleeve. So it's just a very sad story. This is much better. It took me 2 days to redo my mistakes. As I told you several seconds ago, I was planning to break the yarn on my back, unravel the front pieces, and knit it again. So I did break the yarn. I did knit it like from the start, but there is one minor thing. So originally I was knitting the front starting from back. So when you break the yarn here, it means that you can not, you physically can, but it's not very pleasant experience to unravel thing from top to down. So in classic way we unravel thing from down to top and it's flowing, but when you're doing from up to down, it won't unraveling, and you need to, as I was doing, every stitch like picking up the thread. So to not lose my mind, I was breaking the yarn again here in these points. Then all of this part I was unraveling in a classic way from down to top and picking stitch from there, and that's why I have a little like seam here. That's the seam, because originally I was knitting like again from top to down, and this is not obviously stockinette stitch, so we can see the seam in the part when I was picking stitches, because they like, I guess, changed place in some way. Well, it's hard to me to explain, but I'm sure that you understand what I'm talking about, because it's like I was picking stitches from in between stitch yarn or something like that. Never mind. I have this seams. I'm pretty happy with that. Ideally, I should have break yarn and continue knitting from the back to this point, and then somehow I will sew these pieces together with invisible seam or something. I didn't do that, so I'm totally won't be doing this again, and it doesn't have any point because I'm pretty satisfied with the result. It's much better than that Frankenstein monster that I showed you before, and there is something beautiful to show you. Is this invisible seam from the wrong side. How often do you satisfy with your inner seams? I'm not so often because it's not beautiful every time, but this one could be on the right side and it will look great. Yeah, that's is the seam that's connecting my back and my front pieces. So basically, originally I wanted to avoid knitting this cardigan in 3 pieces, like for the bodies, and in the end I did in a kind of way knit it in 3 pieces. Now I'm a little bit stressed about this button band because I should open stitches again and do it on the both sides in proper way, not as I was doing it before. God help me to not make any other mistakes. Oh, and also the next buttonhole will be here, so I will have shorter distance with these 2 potential buttonholes. That's all for this moment. See you soon. Well guys, I did it. Eventually it happened, and yeah, I finished my project. It's been ages, for several months, but for me it feels like ages, and I think for every proper knitter as well. I procrastinated a lot, so let me tell you what's been going on. As I told you before, I'm going to change the yoke part, let's name it like that, and I did it. So we have the sleeves, which I was redoing like 3 something times. Because of the amount of stitches that I decided to pick, I thought that I will like do bigger, wider sleeves, and I pick stitch in every row instead of every other row, and I just realized that something's going wrong and the sleeves are too flowy. They wasn't look good with all the body. So after 3rd attempt or something like that, I decided to pick up stitch every other row, and they look nice. Obviously I'm showing you this because it's finished, and from my point of view everything looks nice now, because previously it was just horrendous. In some places it still is, and it's not my best work, but I wore it yesterday and I was shockingly glad, and I liked it because it does look on me better when it's like finally detailed and everything than when I was trying it before. Let me show you the buttons and the pockets. I have major issue here, and I won't be redoing it. Never. Look at this button band here. Oof. It didn't go well with this part of redoing the button band, because as you can see, is the part when I was picking stitches here and there and grow like length. But for the love of God, I cannot mimic this part, because this one was this proper part was doing like from the from top to bottom, and obviously this was done from bottom up, so as this one. Because of that construction, it looked awful, and I couldn't like figure out what I'm doing with the stitches amount and blah blah. So it got better to the end, but this part is yeah, it's quite awful. But I have the big buttons, so, and overall it's very characteristic or something like that sweater, so it's not your regular cardigan, and I think it's just that statement piece. And hopefully no one will be like talking to me too closely to see all my mistakes, or if they will be, you know, I made it by myself. The buttons are from AliExpress, and actually why it took me so long to film this, because I was waiting the buttons to come here. I ordered big ones and little smaller, and buttons really change the game, because with them the piece looking more like put together. Let's talk about my general thoughts. I knitted using Mandarin Petite, 2 strands together from Sandnes Garden in color Sunny Lime. I'm in love with this color because it's quintessential spring color with the pinks, obviously. But this green is like, you know, those first leaves on the trees. It's like this juicy, fresh green. Looks beautiful. I do like the color. Although my thoughts is that one of many my mistakes, and probably the major mistake was that I choose this yarn because the cotton is a heavyweight yarn, and the sweater is, well, it's heavy sweater. I was wearing it yesterday. It was 21 degrees Celsius, and it wasn't the best experience because I was hot in it. Because of the this fabric, it's heavy and it's thick because of 2 strings. And the problem is in the yarn that I choose, because something tells me that if I have choose the Sandnes Garden Line in the same color, it will be better. It won't be as thick, and it won't be as heavy. You know, if someday I choose to make another one without all these mistakes with the construction, obviously, I will be choosing Sandnes Garline in black color. The black actually will be really sophisticated with this kind of texture and the golden buttons too, so it's something to think about. Overall, obviously I will be wearing it. It's not the worst thing that I did. Maybe if I have knit it in one strength using the same 5mm needles, it will be better for those summer days, because obviously the space between stitches would be bigger, so it would be more like wind through friendly. The yarn by itself is great. I enjoyed to work with it, and this feeling of yarn is better than, for example, I'm working now with some hobby yarn. This one is a little better, and after several blocking, because I was trying to make it bigger, I see that there's no big problem with yarn changing in the way that it's worn up or something like that. So it still looks good, and obviously the color is, yes, I love it so much. And Sandnes Garline has the light yellow color, so it will be even better for dupe purposes. But yeah, I regret a little bit, but this project contains of my regretness, starting with the construction fails. Oh yeah, the color that I did, it's much better. It doesn't sit so low as without all the alterations, modifications. Like, generally speaking, I am happy that I decided to fix my mistakes. Not in the best way, but the best way I possibly could. So yeah, let's all appreciate my work. And this, now I say, it's cardigan that I did as a dupe for one that I saw in a Massimo Dutti. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Probably it was just very long and boring green, lot of green video, but if you stayed till this moment, thank you again for watching. Have a nice day and see you soon. Bye.